What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's YouTube video. We have a full day of eating and hopefully the last full day of eating without any workout content because I'm officially, just over 5 weeks post-surgery. The 6-week mark is my, I guess, like the point where I'm allowed to go back to the gym. Once again, I'm not gonna be going back to the gym doing 405 deadlifts and like 315 squats or anything like that. It'll be a very, very slow increase back up in weight. I do still have a little bit of like hip impingement, not so much like at the actual surgical site or where my hernia was. That feels fine. My core is definitely a little bit, I would say, tight, a little bit lacking in strength and any sort of like activation because I don't think I used my core for like 2 weeks straight. I couldn't use my core at all and haven't really done any core training because that's a major site where the actual surgery went down. But I do notice in my left hip, like more so in my hip bone, not like where my hernia was, I noticed a little bit of just kind of like general impingement. I think just maybe probably a lack of use. So doing a lot of just light mobility work to try to, once again, work out that. So yes, today's a full day of eating, no workout content because I'm still can't lift anything above like I think like 10 pounds, and that's basically carrying groceries. So today we're gonna go ahead and get things started with that protein shake you guys have seen before. So it is actually Katie's recipe that I basically stolen. We're gonna use some dark chocolate protein. So we got the dark chocolate Transparent Labs. This is 28 grams per serving, which is great. Don't need anything else over there. We need a frozen banana. So we got, only about 1.5 left. So we got frozen banana. We need some peanut butter and then some almond milk. So we got our almond milk as well. Boom, unsweetened almond milk, Trader Joe's. Then we got some peanut butter. Also, I didn't realize Trader Joe's peanut butter is also pretty clean. It is simply just dried roasted peanuts. I don't know if you guys can see that in the ingredients there. Doesn't look like it, but also very clean. So no added like a lot of other like Jif peanut butter has, I think like canola oil or soybean oil added into it. This is just peanuts, which is great. So yeah, that is the ingredients we need for the protein shake. Obviously need to blend it up, make that. So let's see, perfect. Blender bottle. Got this guy right here. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and whip this together and I'll show you guys the final macros because it's a full day of eating. I'll go over everything. Once my appetite is still extremely low, like right now, it is 10:20. I actually went down to the treadmill to walk a little bit, did some computer work. I just don't have an appetite right now. And I do notice, or I probably have noticed and know it's now probably due to the fact that my energy levels, or I should my physical activity is definitely lower than it was before. And it took a little bit for my body to realize, hey, like he's not really working out. He's not really growing any muscle or moving his body that much. So my appetite has, I would say, decreased, but hopefully it'll come back as we get back into the gym. But I'm gonna whip this up. I'll show you guys the final product. Our shake is made. Also, I don't think I said, we're doing 2 scoops of Transparent Labs. So we've got 2 scoops of this protein there because the protein obviously is way higher than just 1 scoop. It is 494 calories. 36 grams of carbs, 13 grams of fat, and 63 grams of protein. That is, once again, 2 scoops of Transparent Labs, about 20 grams of this peanut butter, so not a full 2 tablespoons or a full serving, a little bit less than a full serving. We also got some unsweetened almond milk and then 1 banana. Banana, I aim for basically around 100 calories, so 25 grams of carbs. That's where most of the carbs are coming from. We have this delicious chocolate peanut butter banana protein shake. It tastes so good. It also helps me get some calories in because like I said, I don't really have much of an appetite right now. You guys will see later in the day. It's pretty much like protein, fruits or vegetables, and then maybe a little bit of like seasoning, flavoring, but not too much carbs because also I don't really need them. Like I do need some carbs to actually function, obviously. Try to maintain my weight around like the honestly now I'm kind of down to like 161 sadly, but we will be increasing those as I get back in the gym. Right now, I just don't really have a huge appetite. And I notice if I eat carbs, it's harder for me to hit my protein goal. So right now I'm really focused on protein, fruits and vegetables, get my nutrients in. And then if I have a little more hunger, I'll fill it in with maybe some healthy fats or some carbs, just up my calories. But that's breakfast. I'm not, once again, really too hungry. So I'm gonna sit back down on my desk, do a little bit more work on this Friday mid-morning. I'll check with you guys at the meal number 2. It is now time for meal number 2, and I wanna show you guys kind of how I go ahead and pretty much make a meal and teach my clients how to make meals for themselves without following like a strict meal plan, which I think is maybe good in the short term, but in the long term, as far as getting lean and staying lean, we wanna follow principles rather than like strict guidelines. And yeah, basically my principle is to make sure we have a protein and vegetable with every meal, and then make it into like something you enjoy. So in this case, our protein is gonna be some ground beef, and I cook up like 2 or 3 pounds of ground beef at a time. So this is, I think, 2 pounds, or no, a little bit less than 2 pounds, because I did have 1 serving already. So I'll probably be using maybe like a third of this, so about 8 ounces of cooked ground beef. We're gonna have our vegetable of choice, which is gonna be some broccoli. And this, I'm actually gonna throw in the air fryer, because air frying broccoli makes it nice and crispy. So definitely highly recommend air frying your broccoli. It makes it taste so, so good. We're just use a little bit of olive oil spray on those guys. Also salt and pepper. And then we're gonna have some of this pasta. So we got some Banza pasta. So this is a chickpea pasta, a little bit more protein. And as you can see there, it's pretty much just chickpeas, tapioca, and some xanthan gum. So there are a little bit of additives in here, but I really like it. I don't mind the flavor. And you can see we got a ton of Banza pasta in here. We load up. So we got some Banza pasta. We also got some Kodiak cakes and some oats. But yeah, so you can go with some pasta. And of course you need a little bit of sauce. This is the best pasta sauce out there. It's Trader Joe's brand. It is creamy tomato basil pasta sauce. If you haven't tried it, highly recommend. It is a little bit higher in calories. You can see 120 calories a serving, but I think it is worth every single calorie. It tastes so dang good. So we've got some water boiling over here, or well, warming up, almost boiling. We're gonna go ahead and cook our pasta per package instructions. Boom, you can see right there the directions. And then I'm gonna go ahead, measure out about 8 ounces of ground beef. And yes, it will be cooked because it is cooked already. So it'll be 8 ounces of cooked ground beef. And then I'll go ahead and air fry the broccoli and show you guys the final product. One quick clip, if you know me, watched the channel before, I always eat my vegetables before the rest of my meal when I cook my bell pepper, my carrots. So what I have right here is my air fried broccoli. Basically the perfect thing about the air fryer, it steams it and makes it crispy at the same time. So it's nice and like, what's the right word? I don't know, it's soft and kind of crunchy at the same time, so it's nice and cooked. But I'm gonna be eating these because I just put the pasta in. The pasta takes about 8 minutes to actually cook. So I'm gonna go ahead, eat the broccoli first, just to prove to you guys that it's done, it's here. And yeah, I could have, I guess, waited to put it into the air fryer, but instead I cooked already. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat it while it's warm. And yeah, put the rest of the meal, and I'll still read off the macros for this whole thing, but all it was a little bit of olive oil spray. So there's like, 1 spray, salt, pepper. Now we got some nice crispy, that's a better piece, crispy broccoli. Hot. And here's the final product, meal number 2, basically meat sauce and some pasta. This is also something you could prep super, super easily. Cook an entire thing of Banza, split it up into 4 dishes, take your ground beef, split it into 4 dishes, and take your sauce, split it up. If you've been watching the channel for a while, this was, oh my gosh, probably like bulking back in like 2022, like 2 years ago. You knew that meat sauce and pasta was one of my absolute go-to staples. I would prep like 5 meals of that to have it every night, because typically around nighttime I would kind of get tired. I wasn't really in the mood to cook, so I just have that, throw in the microwave, and that's what we got. So yeah, that is our the rest of our meal. Obviously we ate all that broccoli already, so every meal I try to have, as I mentioned, a fruit or vegetable, a main protein source, and then typically carbs around training. But right now, since I can't train, I just kind of have carbs sprinkled in throughout the day in the form of fruits, vegetables, and then also some pastas, potatoes, things like that. But that is the meal. Oh, in macros, I was like, well, I feel like I was forgetting something. Let's see. Okay, so MyFitnessPal, perfect, just add this. So yeah, we got the broccoli. Once again, I used 2 servings, so about 50 calories there. 1 serving of chickpea pasta, 1 serving of tomato basil pasta, sauce, not pasta, pasta sauce, 8 ounces of 90-10 ground beef. You can also go 96-4 if you want to go a bit leaner, and then a little bit of olive oil spray. This comes out to be 775 calories, 51 grams of carbs, 36 grams of fat, and 66 grams of protein. I'm gonna dig in, probably watch, honestly, I haven't watched Good Mythical Morning yet, so I'm gonna watch Good Mythical Morning as I eat this. I'll see you guys at meal number 3. We're back in the kitchen, time for meal number 3. Also, I say the kitchen, but like the apartment is just like, it's all open air. So I am in the kitchen. We have some salmon. So this is just some wild caught, well, is it wild caught? I don't know. Wild Alaskan sockeye salmon, boneless fillets. This is coming from Trader Joe's, barbecue pan fry or broil. I'm actually gonna go ahead and use the air fryer, because I will say, as far as cooking, the air fryer is my saving grace. When I cook basically anything but steak, it goes in the air fryer. Chicken, well, and ground beef, I should say. But air fryer, chicken breasts, chicken thighs, salmon, even burger patties you could do if you wanted to. So I'd use the air fryer a lot. And we're going back with the tried and true broccoli, more so because I actually don't have a clip for this. We are out of chip clips at the moment because of everything else we got. So I'm just using the other half of the broccoli. And then I'm probably just gonna add a bunch of fruit. Let me see what we got. Also, I'm gonna use, we should have a salmon rub, I think, right? Okay, yeah, we do have it. Okay, so also what I'm gonna be adding seasoning wise is this salmon rub all over the actual salmon itself. I'm also gonna cook up both fillets. It is 1 pound total. I assume each fillet is probably about 8 ounces, 16 ounces in a pound. I'm only gonna have one fillet. I'm not gonna eat both of these, but I'm gonna make both of these, and maybe Katie might want some, or I can have some tomorrow, because we do leave to go to Cleveland for a week tomorrow, but I'm not sure when we leave. We might have like leave in the afternoon, maybe first thing, I don't know. I'm gonna cook up both salmon, because I guess it's gonna go bad regardless, or I'm gonna take it with me. Broccoli, air fryer, that once again will be just a little bit of olive oil spray on top with some salt and pepper. I have seen people use like garlic powder and onion powder on their broccoli as well. Personally, just not a fan. But yes, let's see what the salmon rub has. I assume it's got a brown sugar, smoked paprika, kosher salt, black pepper, rice concentrate, don't know what that is, and dried thyme. Is it thyme? Thyme? I honestly don't even know. Thyme. And then as far as fruits go, we got a decent amount of fruits. I'm probably gonna have a whole container of blueberries. Those sound delicious. 551 milliliters, or 1 dry pint of blueberries. And then what else do I need to get rid of? I'm like, what else can I? Oh, I should probably have some kefir too. So we're gonna make a little bit of kefir just to get rid of this, because otherwise it will go bad. And then we do have some eggs, but I just feel like I don't really need, I'm not really craving any eggs right now. So let's go ahead and start there. We'll start with what we have right here. Broccoli and salmon go in the air fryer. Blueberries we need to be washed. And then maybe I'll make a glass of some kefir, probably maybe 12 ounces. I don't know how much is in a 1 cup is a serving, so pour a glass of that and see what the macros come out to. I'm not too concerned about calories at the moment. None of this is very high calorie. I'm pretty sure this is gonna help me hit my protein goal for the day, and maybe we might have a sweet treat because we got some leftover diet ice cream bars in the freezer from a different video that will already up on the channel, so check that out if you haven't. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and whip all this up, very simple. Salmon, seasoned, air fryer. I'm gonna do it for 10 minutes. These aren't super thick fillets. So I'm gonna do 10 minutes in the air fryer. Broccoli at 375. Broccoli, same thing, 375, but this only takes about 5 or 6 minutes. It does not take nearly as long. If you leave it in there too long, it will burn, so be careful. So yeah, let's go ahead and whip the meal up, show you guys the final product, go to the macros. And we have our final product. We have our salmon. I'm not gonna tilt my plate too much. I've made that mistake in the past. If I tilt my plate too much, all the food's gonna fall. So we got our salmon, our broccoli. We also have our entire container of blueberries, all 500 milliliters. And we got 1 cup of the strawberry. I'll show you guys what it is. I don't think I showed you guys exactly what it is. Trader Joe's strawberry kefir, I don't know what people say. It's 140 calories a cup and then 9 grams of protein. So we got that in there. And then this, I did notice this took me to like, I think 1,900 calories, something like that. But just to push it over to be about 2,000 calorie full day of eating, we're gonna add one single thing, and it's gonna be one of these Yasso poppables. These things right here, 35 calories. So I think this will put me just over. I'm gonna add this to dinner, not as like a separate line item. Let's go ahead and scan that barcode. Okay, perfect. So we don't want the whole package. We want one single Yasso, which should be 35 calories. So let's go with like 0.1. What does that come out to be? A little bit too much. So 0.8 or 0.08, I should say. 0.09. Okay, perfect. So 35 calories there. So this, with adding this one single Yasso, I'm gonna leave in the freezer though, because otherwise it'll melt. That brings this meal to 744 calories, ends up being 76 grams of carbs, 24 grams of fat, and 64 grams of protein. Also, I'm surprised, all day today, I didn't have a single egg. When normally I have like 4 or 6 eggs a day, but I didn't have any. I typically have it in the morning, and now I'm doing that protein shake. So maybe I could add, and yeah, there's no really place to add eggs. I guess I could add eggs to this meal. But yeah, typically I have some eggs in there, which is kind of unique. I haven't not had an egg in a meal in a long, long time. But that brings my day total to, let's see, perfect, yeah, 2,013 calories. So we'll call this a 2,000 calorie full day of eating. 163 grams of carbs, 72 grams of fat, and 193 grams of protein. More than enough protein. I almost always overshoot my protein just out of habit of seeing, like, I understand the most scientific literature says, I think, 0.8 grams per pound of lean body weight. But honestly, like, I don't want to be at the bottom edge, hopefully get enough protein. I'd much rather have enough protein, and I enjoy protein, right? Like, some kefir has protein, the salmon, the ground beef, the protein powder, obviously the protein powder is 60 grams right there, and it makes the protein shake taste really good. So in my mind, I always overshoot my protein, rather be safe than sorry in my opinion, as I want to be a leaner, more muscular individual. That's kind of just the basics. But before this gets too cold, I'm gonna go ahead and dig in. If you guys have any questions, let me know, but I'm so pumped to literally in 4 days get back to training. It will be a very slow process. I'm not talking about, like, once again, trying to squat 315, deadlift 405, or RDL 405 again. It's probably gonna be like maybe body weight movements, some very, very light pressing, like not even push-ups, because push-ups, you still have to push your whole body. I'm talking like maybe like 10, 15 pound dumbbells, just getting back to the swing of things, because I noticed my core, that's the most, honestly, most underused muscles over the last several weeks and over a little bit of a month, because I couldn't flex my core without pain or cramping for probably 3 weeks, and I'm now just starting getting the routine of things. So I don't know if I'll do any direct ab training, but that's definitely something I noticed. Like, even when I lean back, like, I noticed a little bit of tightness. So I think like a bench or something like that might be a little bit difficult. But I'll take you guys through the process, and very, very pumped to start a kind of a rebuilding series in December, because yeah, I go to Japan for 2 weeks, end of November. I got some content, obviously, that will come out, filming probably a lot of content in Japan. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do yet, whether it be vlog style, 4 days of eating. I don't plan to train at all in Japan. So yeah, it will probably be a solid, I think, over 3 months of no real training since this hernia. So I thought it'd be 6 weeks, more like about 3 months, but it is what it is, small in the grand scheme of things. Can't wait to get back to training and make 2025 a great year when I can train fully and freely. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.